This is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. Hello, everyone. It's us, the greatest duo in... Well, I guess we're not in a video game. All right, never mind. I lost the train.
It's us, the Salty and Petty Podcast.
Oh, my. That's right, kids. It's me, Phil.
And it's me, Luigi.
She's a little bit salty.
He's a whole lot of petty. And, of course, this is the Salty and Petty Podcast. Duh.
I feel so lonely. I'm here sitting in the room by myself this time.
We could have done a second one, but you were in a bad mood, so.
Oh, I thought you were like, no, I'm only doing like one episode while I'm there. I tried to ply you with liquor and get you to talk Heroes Reborn, but you said no.
Yeah, no. Not Heroes Reborn.
All right, kids. So, yes, in honor of the Super Mario Brothers movie, the new one, yes, we're going to talk all things Super Mario Brothers, video games, movies, a TV show.
Oh my God, it's 30 years to the day.
For what? The movie?
Well, it would have been. Like, I'll give it a month. Give a month. It's almost like 30 years to the day. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, did you see John Leguizamo was complaining about the lack of diversity in the cast?
Baby. John Leguizamo was going down the Jennifer Lopez route. He better shut his mouth.
I know, and it's like it's like there is diversity in the cast, just you weren't invited.
Yeah.
Is he one of those guys where it's like, I played the part 30 years ago, they should ask me back to do it again? It's like, really?
I'm actually very disappointed with John Leguizamo. He used to be one of my faves. But he's like, he's getting to be a little bit problematic, so he might want to step back for a while.
That's the thing. It's like, it seems like if you're in Hollywood long enough, I mean, some people can last, but some people go off the rails, whether you're like a former hot woman who like lost her looks, or you're just a guy who goes loco. It's just, I don't know what it is.
Can't wait to see what Chris Pratt is doing in the next.
Oh,
speaking of which, well, let's start on a positive note. For those of you that don't know,
Lilith, wait. I'm going to make your day. I'm going to make a Parks and Rec joke. Maybe he'll be maybe Chris Pratt will get a job shining shoes.
That's about all he'll be able to do in a little bit. If he doesn't shut that fat trap of his.
Whoa!
Oh, I got beef with Chris Pratt. He can come get these fisticuffs anytime he wants to.
Like Charlie says, Chris Pratt is not fat, but he's one cheeseburger away from losing it all.
He has, hasn't he?
What?
And Marvel's not hiring him back anytime soon. He's eating those cheeseburgers and beer. He is Andy again, my friends. He is Andy again. That regimen is insane. I mean, like even Stephen Amell couldn't do it. So I mean, yeah. I'm just saying it's insane, and nobody should have to do that.
Oh my God, Liv, we're always looking for a topic every week. I think we found our genre now. It's like Salty and Petty show every week. It's what celebrities? No, what celebrities were? What's every show? No, what celebrities were a-holes this week?
I mean, pretty much. Salty.
I mean, we were running out of content.
Yeah. I want to start on a good note, though. I am a Nintendo super fan. I have literally been Team Nintendo since I was 4 years old when I got my first console. I got the original one, and then the Super Nintendo, and then I had the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance. I've had them all, actually, eventually, but when I was younger, I didn't get the Nintendo 64 until it was time for GameCube. Because I was PC gaming, so it was it kind of fell to the wayside.
Kids. Guess which one of us came from money, kids?
I can't. Now that you said that, I can't even say that I had a Virtual Boy. Now you're gonna make me feel bad.
Oh.
I had the mat and the Power Glove. Yeah, I'm a super man.
Did you have
I
it?
had the Game Genie. I had it.
Yes, I was
all,
about to say you have Game Genie. I had Game Genie.
I rented it from Blockbuster. The first time I ever used it, I was like, I gotta find this. I need it for my own. The weekend will not suffice. And I always had beef with the Sega kids, the Sonic kids. I hate you all.
Oh, I
And
know.
it's so
So did I.
funny because Nintendo owns Sonic now. So who's got the last laugh now?
That's right. You walked into school. You're like, what? You have a Sega?
Your whole family can suck it. Oh, I will say though, what was it? They had a handheld that was actually like the Game Gear that was low key better than the Game Boy, but it was so prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. It couldn't be universally adapted and catch on. But the Game Boy is revolutionary. Everything that Nintendo did up until I'd say probably the GameCube, when they lost the market share for whatever reason, they got nervous and they started kind of like relying on older technology instead of being inventive.
Mm.
My whole childhood is like basically Nintendo was the shit. Like if you weren't a Nintendo, I'm talking. I have the magazines. I watch the show. Like
Nintendo Power. I used to have a subscription to that. Yes.
Me too. I still have about half of my magazines that I had.
Really?
Oh, they're so hard to find too. But yeah. Now it's Nintendo Life. It's not the same, but
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I got a Switch kind of late in the game. I was like, oh, I can't. I like to play The Sims, and so this was like the first like console where I couldn't like play The Sims on like the Nintendo. I was like, oh, I don't I don't know what's that. Like the Switch is like for like I said, it's kind of older technology, and it's for like cozy gaming. It's not you can't play real games.
Oh.
And that's kind of just what Nintendo has become. But they do have that. Mario is the only place where you'll get it. So you're going to buy it just for the Mario games, right? Because Mario Kart is the shit. Like, that is the game. And Smash Bros, right? Like, those are the games that bring your friends together,
Is that the autobiography of your life, Smash Brothers?
No, that can't be related.
Whoa!
I'm not into that weird search section on the Cornhub. But no, what consoles did you have?
I did start with the original Nintendo. I did have the first Game Boy. I kind of got out of it for a while. I kind of dipped back in real quick with like GameCube and stuff. Like I knew people who had a GameCube. And then I was kind of out of it again for a while. And now Luca has a Switch. Yeah, I was kind of in and out, but yeah, it's like my big heyday was like the original Nintendo console. Yeah.
I'll say Nintendo 64 is my favorite console only because GoldenEye. Like I cannot tell you how many late nights I stayed up with my friends playing GoldenEye on the weekends, man. So good. That's like the best. Like it would not be a first person shooter genre if it was not for GoldenEye. And it was like really cool. Like it looked really good for a licensed game. Because I don't know if you remember back in the day, those licensed games were ugly as hell to look at. Like Doom, think Doom, stuff like that. Just ugly.
Oh, Lilith, did you ever play the Ninja Turtles game for the original Nintendo? Yes. You know what? They have it for the PlayStation 5 now. It's like a Ninja Turtles. It's like a collection of all the games.
They have it for Switch too.
Yeah, but it's all the turtle games. I'm sure you have it. Okay.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's epic. Like I said, I'm a Nintendo super fan. I don't think that the first movie's that bad from 1993. If you're a little kid like me watching it,
And again, it's like in the early 90s.
I was 7, I think. So what did I know?
And again, too, it's like back then, it's like video game movies. I'm like, you really weren't expecting the world from any.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you ever watch the TV show?
Yeah, of course.
With Lou Albano,
the one with the kid in the basement, or the other one?
Oh wait, there was 2.
Or was it the same thing? I always forget. Like that I felt like that was a fever dream. Because there's like the one Nintendo show where there's like the kid that he hosted and he's in the basement, and then they show like the cartoons. Is that the one I'm thinking of?
I'm not sure.
I vaguely remember those Saturday mornings. Vaguely. I remember the animated series though. So
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, was it kind of like a?
Was it? I feel
Was it like the
like Nintendo
same?
Power used to have like a live show is the one that I'm thinking of, but then there's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show from like '89, and it ran in syndication.
I thought it. I mean, unless it's the way I watched it, but I thought there was like it was live. That it was a mix of like live action and animated.
Because they had also the Legend of Zelda 2 on there occasionally. So
Yes.
yeah, that's the one that we are thinking of then.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm just
I
looking this
think it
up.
was Nintendo Power. They had a very short-lived live show. There was this kid in the basement, and he would talk about Nintendo news. I hope it's not a fever dream. I vividly remember it. It'll come to me eventually, but yeah, Nintendo tried to really this movie is like the original Super Mario Brothers movie from 1993. Literally is why we don't have a Link movie.
Oh
No, it was so critically and commercially disastrous that it made them not want to do anything. And it wasn't until they teamed up with Universal to do their little Super Mario stuff that they do at the Universal parks, where they met the people from Illumination. Now, when they said Illumination was doing it, I thought, Mega Mind, Minions, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be ugly. But they literally used like the whole like visuals from the game. I was really worried about it because I do not like Illumination's animation studio style at all.
Illumination.
And what is that? Hotel Transylvania, like all that? Ugh, it's not my thing. So
Yeah.
I was really worried about it. And then when we saw the first trailer, I was like, oh, this is beautiful. It's so immersive. And I did see the movie already, and I think that it's fine for what it is. I mean, I prefer Sonic, but Sonic didn't really lean into the actual gameplay aspect of it. This one really is like you're watching somebody play the game almost.
Yeah.
The visuals are very stunning. It looks very nice. The sound, although they do have a lot of 80s rock, I don't know why. I wouldn't necessarily that would make me reminiscent of Mario Brothers. But the original score is really good though.
Does it have anything to do with maybe just the character's been around since the 80s?
I don't know.
I
But
don't
that's
know.
just not something most like Super Mario fans would correlate with. It was very like kind of like took me out every time. It's kind of like when you're watching like the Suicide Squad, the original one, right? Where it's like every 2 minutes, you got freaking U2 and Metallica and all that, like being on the nose with the music cues.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of takes you out of the story. That was my only kind of like big thing about it. But like no, I mean
So
Charlie
is it
Day was great as
so
Luigi.
so it actually does have like a soundtrack, like actual like 80s music and stuff then?
I don't know if it's for sale, but they definitely play a lot of 80s music.
Okay.
I don't know if they were trying to like channel Wreck It Ralph or something, maybe. I really don't know where that came from. It was an odd choice for me. But I thought Charlie Day was pretty cool as Luigi. Chris Pratt, like I thought they were just gonna have him constantly be like, "It's a me, Mario," but they like actually gave him like dialogue. I think I was disappointed with that because the less Chris Pratt talks, the better. I think.
Oh, that's what his ex-wife says.
Definitely. Can we get some love in the chat for Anna Faris? Love in the chat for Anna Faris.
Heck yeah.
Oh, and Jack Black as Bowser. Well, if you watch Kung Fu Panda trilogy, one of the best animated trilogies ever, then you wouldn't be surprised that he is amazing as Bowser.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know how I felt about that. But like, I do like Jack Black as a voice actor a lot more than I do as a normal like actor, to be quite honest. So,
yeah.
but like, I was like, yeah, I like that. That was really good. Anna Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. Justice for Princess Pauline. If you know, you know. Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. and Donkey Kong Country. Those are some of the best, like, low-key Mario games.
Is that why you have that under your name?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm a Princess Pauline apologist. Because Princess Peach and Bowser have a thing. And Mario's too stupid to see it. And plus, Pauline sees the greatness in Luigi and wants to be with him. So obviously she has better sense than freaking Princess Peach. That's all I'm saying. Also, Luigi's Mansion, which
yeah,
one of my favorite games. 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't matter. I think Luigi's Mansion is amazing. They gave a lot more shine to Luigi than I thought. So I'm hoping that if they do it too, we get kind of like Luigi's Mansion,
Yeah.
or controversial. Controversial. We could do what is the one we could do like Odyssey, one of the 3D games from Nintendo 64.
Oh, I was, what I was thinking, they all mixed together. I played at least one or two of them, because there's a couple of them. Super Mario World.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah, I
just
like
so much
those.
to choose from, but yeah, there's so many Easter eggs, and this wasn't like a cash grab. I really feel like this was like a labor of love.
Hmm.
Like I feel like the other one, the original one, was definitely a cash grab. They just kind of slapped a whole bunch of elements together and just used like Super Mario as like the IP, the name to put butts in seats, but it really didn't have a lot to do
What?
with the actual game. Where this one
Yeah.
is like, yeah, no,
I
we
mean,
know what we did wrong and we fixed it.
just
You're
from the
welcome.
just from the advertising, it seems like, yeah, they're trying to start like a franchise. Like a probably at least
And
a
this could go
trilogy.
forever. Yeah.
And again, too, it doesn't hurt. How long was the movie? It's like, you got probably a 2+ hour
I didn't think
advertise.
it was that long.
Oh no, okay. Well, you got a almost 2 hour advertisement for, hey kids, go buy a
It
Switch.
was an hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah,
92 minutes.
yeah, 92 minutes of, hey kids, go buy a Switch.
It is a little bit concerning that the budget was 100 and where we stand right now is 92.9 million. So that is a little concerning. Animation, especially on this particular level of CGI generated stuff.
Well, I
it's,
mean,
it's very labor intensive. So
hopefully the weekend. I mean,
yeah, it's a long holiday weekend for a
we
lot of
we
people.
are recording this Friday of opening weekend. So I mean, again, you got Saturday, you got Sunday. People may even be off Monday and Tuesday with their kids. So I mean, you got an extra long weekend.
Yeah, it's
So
like spring break for a lot of
yeah.
people. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what it does after next weekend. I don't think that even if they break even, I think they're gonna still want to persist because I know they are very much into. They want to get into the business of making Zelda movies, possibly a TV show,
Mm.
things like that. They really do need to further their media dominance out of just outside the video game. Like say Pokemon, it had an animated show and it has its own little
Mm-hmm.
merchandising like side business and stuff. And I think like Mario has been kind of dormant where they've just relied on like the games and stuff. And I think it would be awesome to get another animated TV show or another movie and things like that. It's such a big franchise, such a great IP to finally open up.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that they at least break even and it tempts them into wanting to spin out other characters. Maybe even Kirby. I don't know. Maybe we do a Smash Bros movie. That's one of the most popular Nintendo franchises, or that's out of the Mario realm. So
All right. Super Mario super fan Lilith Hellfire. Can you tell me where and when Mario first appeared?
you mean like Donkey Kong or like what?
Yes. Yes.
It's before my time.
Oh, listen to her type it. She's cheating.
I'm not typing. I don't know. What year did Donkey Kong come out? I don't know that.
Mario first appeared in 1981 in the Donkey Kong game for arcade.
The arcade game, right?
As a carpenter named Jumpman. Yes.
Yeah, Jumpman. Wait. That's the arcade game, not the watch game, right?
It's saying arcade, so yeah.
Okay. Cause like there's like people will fight you about like the Japanese release versus like I don't know nothing about like that Famcom life. I am American Mario only. I'm an ugly American about that. But yeah, like it was Donkey Kong, but like and Donkey Kong's such a good game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like Donkey Kong Country on Nintendo 64, it is such a masterpiece. And Donkey Kong Jr. Don't sleep on Donkey Kong Jr. either. Those games are really good. But it's always like, why do they call it a donkey? He's a Lost in translation. Lost in translation. Okay, so yeah, Nintendo 64, I'm just going to say that it might be a hot take, but if you're my age, I think almost anybody my age will agree Nintendo 64 is the best Nintendo console. And I'm going to go with Game Boy Advance as the best Nintendo handheld they ever did. Like 3DS, like the 3DS, like I never could get into it. Like I had it and I played like a couple of the games. It just wasn't for me.
Oh my god! You know what I saw? was it last week? I saw an article. I was telling Will about this. It was an original Game Boy. Like they had recovered. I don't know when they recovered it. Like a soldier had it during Desert Storm, overseas, in like it was like 1991 or something. They got bombed, and like I guess later on they recovered this Game Boy. That the whole case is charred and burned, and it's like the thing still works.
They
It's
don't
at
make
the
it like that anymore. I'm
it's
gonna
at
tell
the
you what.
Nintendo store in New York now, and they keep it plugged in, and it's just constantly running, but it still works.
Yeah.
30 like
Now,
30 some
now
years
that
later.
now that now that Nintendo DS, good luck with that.
Yeah, no, they don't. No, they
They
purposely
don't
build them
make it
not to
like
make
that
that.
anymore.
Yeah, 30 some years later, it literally bombed, and it still works.
Japanese ingenuity. That's all I can say.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they want it to work, they.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, yeah. Let's talk about that night. Did you ever? Did you? I saw the 1993 movie in theaters. My poor mom. She had to sit through so much.
I did not see it in the theaters.
But you have seen it before.
Yeah, it's been a while. I wanted to do a rewatch, and I didn't do a rewatch. But yes, I have seen it. I think it was. Oh God, I'm pretty sure it was on VHS. So that's.
Yeah, it definitely probably was. It's just such a weird story, right? Because it's like a meteorite and it's supposed to appear in little dimensions, and there's dinosaurs, and there's an orphanage, and
Do you,
it's so much.
again, it's 1993 because even like you and me, who are like fans of superheroes and stuff, at that point, I don't think they got the message, or like the movie studios were like afraid to like steer too much into the source material. So it's like, okay, here's some of the like ideas, but let's keep it grounded in the real world as much as we can. And it's like, why?
Yeah, I'll tell you the best Nintendo movie though is Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Oh,
Well, Ryan Reynolds plays Pikachu. Our Lord and Savior Ryan Reynolds. But
that's right.
yeah, no. Yeah, this movie was so like when I rewatched it, I was just like, oh my god, I really was a kid who would watch anything.
I know. Don't you hate that when you something you loved as a kid and you rewatch it now and it's just like, oh, really?
What was I thinking? And then I was like, oh yeah, but poor Bob Haskins.
Oh yeah.
Now what Haskins? When I always he's the guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right?
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I also know him from the voice work in Balto, but Disney super fan also. But I always wanted to say, wasn't he the guy who did the Dunkin' Donuts commercials too?
Wait, was he?
I don't know. Like I maybe I'm confused at him. I don't know. It's coming up. It's pulling up in the search.
Hey, here we go. Here we go. Da, da, da.
No.
Yes. Wait. Mona Lisa. Yes. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Super Mario Brothers. Oh, yeah, there's a ton here. Hook. Ba, ba, ba.
Oh, he was Smee, wasn't he?
Maybe. Oh man, yeah. There's a lot here.
No Dunkin' Donuts commercials. There's another guy that looks just like him from the '80s, and
Yeah,
then
I know who
there's
you're talking about, but yeah, no, I don't. I think, yeah, I don't think it was him.
and then there's John Leguizamo, who I loved. He was a great comedian, but he's overstayed his welcome. He needs to just shut the hell up.
It's so weird because he's like screaming about diversity, but it's like they literally gave you the part of this
An Italian.
Italian character. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's just an actor saying, "Why didn't they invite me back 30 years later to play the same role?"
I mean, it's voice acting. They could have if they wanted to, but they wanted to
Yeah,
go a different direction. And like I said, like who is John Leguizamo nowadays to most people? They wanted to like Charlie. Honestly, who the hell is Charlie Day? I mean, if you don't watch It's Always Sunny, who the hell is he to you? You know what I mean? I think Chris Pratt. Oh my god, did I say Chris Pratt? My bad. Chris Pratt
no,
is the biggest name in the movie, with the exception maybe Anna Taylor Joy. But like, you have to be like a pretty snobby, pretentious a hole to know who that is. I think.
oh my. Okay, okay. I found this. Yes, Bob Hoskins. He told The Guardian in 2007 that he regretted starring as Mario in Super Mario Brothers, saying that he was extremely unhappy with the film, greatly angered by his experiences making it, and referred to it as the worst thing I ever did.
Yeah, it was a total shit show making that movie.
He was injured several times on set, spent most of the time with co-star John Leguizamo getting drunk to escape boredom, and was not aware that the film was based on a video game until he was informed later by his son.
Wow, he had a really crappy agent then.
Uh-huh.
Wow. I mean, the guy who did Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like, ends up like that? Yikes. That's a
Got, dr-
classic.
got drunk to escape boredom. Who does that sound like?
We're doing me now? But no, I think, like I said, I think they did a good job with the movie. I mean, it's not a masterpiece or anything. I will say I think the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is a little better, but like on a different level. Like it has more story, more heart. And then the second one really gets into the video game elements with like the villain and stuff like that. Jim Carrey's the villain, just chef's kiss also on that one. But again, they struggle. It's like that live action hybrid thing where this is fully, CG animated. So it's like kind of comparing apples to oranges.
Yeah. I was
No,
gonna say,
I don't. I think it's like for little kids. This movie is great for little kids. I think anybody older than like maybe 6 or 7 probably won't really enjoy it. But it won't bother you if you're a parent, just to sit through it like some
yeah.
of those movies.
Well,
Like
was that the
Hotel Transylvania.
was that the problem with the '93 movie? Was like it was supposed to be for kids, but it kind of were just
They
like, oh,
made it towards adult. Wasn't it? I want to say it was PG-13 almost. I almost want to say it was PG-13.
so
It
yeah,
was a little scary, honestly.
it was kind of like they wanted to ground it for kids, but or for so
For adults, yeah, because
yeah, but hold on, let me see. Super Mario Brothers. Well, it says it was PG, but yeah, it could have been
Okay.
close.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, when like Koopa and Bowser, like when they show up, it's like, oh my god, and he's like the skin's all messed up. That was a little traumatizing.
Oh, the 1993 one, $48 million budget. The box office with 38.9.
Yeah, they lost a lot of money,
Yeah.
and they were not even talking like marketing for that film. You couldn't escape those damn commercials.
I remember they had ads on the back of comic books too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It was a wild ride back then. But we've come such a long way.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Once again, it's like with all these properties, whether they're video game movies, comic book movies, it's like I think they've learned it's like, the closer you can stay to the source material, the better.
Well, except for Resident Evil.
Oh,
Oof, like okay, no, like I like those movies for what they are, right? Just Mila Jovovich just bouncing around without a bra for like 90 minutes, 2 hours with
yes,
blood covered.
yes, how horrible.
Exactly, right? And then like they kind of have the game premise, Raccoon City, blah blah blah, and they even tried to do like a TV show, but of course they put it on Netflix, and Netflix was like, didn't get enough views in the first 24 hours. You canceled. But Netflix is not the place you want to be anymore anyway. So, and then they have the new one. What is it? Evil Dead Rise or whatever, where they're in a high rise.
Yeah.
So it's like video games as movies. They've never been that great. You should never have a really good expectation. I mean, maybe I think people said like I don't know. I can't think of a good one honestly.
All right, on a scale of Nintendo game movies, where does The Wizard fall on your list?
Oh, dishonorable mention.
Oh, I mean, technically, is it a video? I mean, they do play video games, but it's not like based on an actual game.
Yeah, dishonorable mention.
Oh my! Really? I thought that other movie was Fred Savage's The Never Ending Story.
Seriously. I'd rather watch Black Sabbath the Wizard video for 9 hours.
Oh, I think I remember renting The Wizard, and I was just like, I couldn't sit through one.
Why?
Well, no. I didn't know how bad it was, but like I couldn't sit. I got through it, but not all in one sitting. I was just like, I gotta come back to this.
Oh yeah, it's a little traumatizing. It's like I don't know. It's kind of weird because like it's wholesome, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely pushing an agenda.
Oh,
I'm too old for this world, Phil. To be quite honest, because like
yo.
no, because like when I'm playing the Switch, I'm playing these newfangled games, and it's like like the cozy games. It's like Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I'm just like all these microtransactions and these sandbox worlds, and you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like
if it's not GTA or The Sims, I don't care about an open world.
Back in the day, it's like you bought a game, you got the game. You might have had to like complete a level to unlock something, but you didn't have to like pay extra. Keep paying.
You don't have to have a monthly subscription.
Yeah.
And da 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 da. Like it's just.
And
it's
again,
that whole you'll own nothing and love it, and I started freaking out very recently about like how they're just taking away media. Right, it's starting to freak me out a little bit.
And again, it's like now, like again, Luca does it with his friends. You just jump online to play with your friends. Back in the day, we had to go to people's houses, kids.
That's what I'm saying. That they ever since like the GameCube, we have backed off of local multiplayer where like three of your friends just come over, plug in their controller, let's go, let's do it.
Exactly.
Like that, we just don't have that anymore. Now it's just everything on Discord and no incentive to be with each other anymore. God, I sound old as hell right now. I hate people, right? But like sometimes I'm like, man, when was the last time I left the house?
No, it's like I hate people, except for when they're doing stuff I like.
Basically.
Hey, I hear you.
Yeah, it's just kind of a weird world to look back on. Like I said, like Nintendo 64 is that game for me. GameCube was pretty revolutionary too with introducing the disc instead of the cartridges and system and stuff like that. And just being able to play with your friends and not having to worry about it.
Yeah, but I was just looking at a Collider article. They were saying, I think it's that 93 Mario Brothers movie had like a bunch of rewrite, or like they wanted.
Oh yeah, they were constantly rewriting as they were shooting. It was a total poop show,
So is that the problem? They just kept rewriting, and eventually Poochie went back to his home planet.
They gave the guy carte blanche to do what he wanted.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And it's just like you have to be, and they learned their lesson the hard way that you have to be protective about your IP because some people just want to use your IP to tell their own story. Looking at you, James Gunn. Looking at you, Zack Snyder.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it was even worse back in the 90s.
Looking at you, Bendis.
Oh, but yeah, I think it was worse back in the 90s because basically they just licensed it, the video game companies, the comic book companies are basically just like, you pay us money, you can use our characters. But, now
I still think the Punisher game is pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah. Oh. For what, the Nintendo?
Yeah.
You mean that game?
Yes. Yes, baby.
Oh my God, Lilith. Oh my God, the ultimate crossover.
I think that was the best, like, comic book video game for a very long time, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they even had like the version of the Punisher for the Game Boy, and like I said, like Spider-Man would swoop in every so often.
Yeah. Like who gave them the right to? I don't think they know that this is what's happening.
And it wasn't like the best adaptation, but like I played like they had like the '89 Batman for.
Oh yeah, DC games with the exception of Injustice have always been kind of poop.
But and again,
Arkham Assault on Arkham, all those now, but like back in the earlier 2000s, 90s, garbage.
But again, it's like in the 90s, just like with comic book movies, comic book video games, beggars couldn't be choosers.
Really couldn't. It's just like I don't even think that's the right logo. I mean, it's barely the right color.
Oh my!
Teal and magenta.
All right, I wish she was on camera so I could watch her eyes roll. I did not have a Super Nintendo, but I played at other people's houses, and like we would like rent games and stuff. Super Nintendo. I think it was Super Nintendo. I think was that Maximum Carnage?
Was that Super Nintendo?
Was it? I thought it was. Oh, was it Super Nintendo or was it? I forget what system it was. That wasn't Genesis, was it?
It better fucking not be, Phil, or you're banned.
Whoa! I didn't own it. My mind was just warped by a Maximum Carnage video game. I was like, son of a.
No, I think you're right. I think it was.
It might have been for both. Yeah.
That's the thing. They wanted to put it on the console that had the most, and I'm just gonna say Nintendo was winning hands down. But the thing about it is that what my mom literally goes, you have a Nintendo. Why do you need a Super Nintendo? It looks the same. And I'm like, it's different colors. It's a different controller. I need it. It's an upgrade. I need it.
I need a Super Nintendo, Mom. We have Super Nintendo at home.
Exactly. Yes. The Nintendo at home is yes. And it was the original Nintendo too. It was used, the first Nintendo that I had.
Oh.
I think it was my cousins or something like that. And then I was just like, then we found all the accessories. Like they still had the accessories. Like consoles used to have a really long shelf life, like longer than 5 years back in the day. And I was really happy to find the Power Glove, which apparently was super rare back then, in the States at least.
Oh,
and the running mat. But like, of course, I love Duck Hunt, right? The gun.
Duck Hunt, yeah. And then you missed that.
Stupid fucking dog.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say if you missed one of those ducks, that damn dog popped up.
I was really good at Duck Hunt though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was because that's like when I bought my console. Yeah, that's what is that what they always can't. Well,
Duck Hunt and Super Mario on the
Super Mario, and Duck Hunt, yeah.
And then I had the racing game. What is it? They still have it in arcades to this day too. I can't think of it. What is it? It was actually at Dave and Buster's when we were there.
Oh wait, which one was it?
The Racing USA. Yeah, I think it's Racing USA.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to love those too.
Oh, but no, I did find it. No, hold on, let me share here. Present it. The button says present. Present it. There we go. Yes, they did have Maximum Carnage for Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, my mom would have never bought me that. It looks too scary. Oh, limited edition red cartridge, nice.
If
I miss it though. Like I remember when video games came with like the booklet and you could read the lore and then
yes.
tips. Now it's just like, good luck, Chuck. It's just a game in a box. You don't even get the game half the time. Sometimes it's just a damn code. Looking at you, Nintendo Switch. Oh, that's the worst thing about a Nintendo Switch. They give you a box with a damn code in it, and I'm just like,
and like a teeny tiny little, if that,
yeah.
unless you download it.
It took some It took some time to get used to that. I was just like, I'm gonna go back to PC gaming. PC gaming is the best. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Super Mario, now Mario Brothers does have a couple of, they had a couple of PC games back in the day that were pretty cool. They don't do it anymore, obviously, because they want to sell consoles. Like their whole company model has changed. It's kind of like when Google was like, don't do evil, and they finally like took that out of their corporate like stuff, and they started being evil. It's one of those things. Has
any video game character made more money than Mario?
Original like IP.
Yeah, like original. Yeah.
I don't think so.
I mean, there's been 50 million games. I wouldn't think, but
and just the merch, like you go into Target, there's like literally a Nintendo section, merch section. Let me see. I know it's like it has to be over $1 billion franchise, right?
I mean, two movies, at least one TV show. I think there's
literally like over 100 games. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I was gonna say, and just the amount of games.
Oh, Super Mario Brothers is the most. Nintendo is worth no way. It's worth $6.8 trillion. No, they're lying. It's not trillion. It can't be. Hold on.
Is that lifetime total? I mean,
Okay, Mario itself is worth what? 100,000? No, $25 billion. They're saying Mario is worth $25 billion for Nintendo.
I
There's no
mean,
way.
I mean,
25 billion?
I mean, Mario is the Batman of that.
Oh, without a doubt. But 25 billion with a B?
Hey, man.
That's hard to fathom.
Hey, video games sell. I mean, that's where
No, they do.
that's the gold mine these days.
Yeah, that's true. It's our last bastion of freedom, but even that, everything's in the damn cloud and you don't own it. It pisses me off.
I mean, you can buy
That's why I like
physical.
old school games. I still have a lot of my old
Yeah.
Well, no, I have my GameCube and I have my Dreamcast. Yeah, I have a couple of them.
Dreamcast, is that Sega?
It is. And funny story, it used to belong to somebody that I dated.
Oh my.
They pissed me off and I kept it.
Oh my.
In all 73 games. So Scott, if you're listening to this, fuck you.
Wow! Nice. And hey, Scott.
Our whole family can suck it. No, his mom was sweet.
Okay.
But everybody else in his family, yeah, they can suck it. Everybody but your mom. Our whole family can suck it. Yeah. That's the only thing that happened. No, but the Dreamcast, which stole heavily from the Nintendo GameCube, none of my business. That's why Sega's not in business anymore. Why Nintendo actually owns like all the properties from Sega. If you know, you know. But yeah, so now I don't feel bad. Once they officially like basically bought out all of Sega, I felt safe to dust off my Dreamcast. It's pretty cool though.
Oh my god. I'm now you got my head spinning. Now I'm just like, oh my god, we have to do an episode where we're just like talk about exes, be like, hey, that's one bitch I dated.
Oh, you want me to break out all my engagement ring?
Whoa! What, your engagement?
Yeah, my Thanos handful of engagement
I was gonna say, kids. I mean, she got more rings than Tom Brady. So,
how many rings does Tom Brady have? I have 7.
I think he has 7. Oh my god, it's tied with Tom Brady.
Somebody get engaged to me. I want more rings than Tom Brady.
Wait a minute. Oh my god. We should have. Oh my god. So you've been proposed to at least 7 times.
Yeah.
And you told them all to suck it.
Yeah, I guess.
You're like, I love you, but the institution of marriage.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Nobody wants to sign a prenup these days. It's like they're all.
Oh my.
I'm gonna protect my assets, Phil.
I know.
Yeah, guys get really offended about that apparently. So.
Oh my god, I would be there all day.
I'm not saying they're a gold digger, but
I'd be there all day. I'd be like, Miss Broad's got money, yeah.
I mean, it's a whole thing. A lot of people actually aren't really built for marriage either, especially in my generation.
It'd be like the George Costanza thing. Some guy asks you to sign a prenup. You're like, yeah, go ahead. You start laughing. Yeah, I make more money than you. Yeah, I'll sign it.
Exactly. Yeah, toxic. What if we could just get rid of toxic masculinity? I might actually be able to get married one of these days.
Oh my! I was gonna say, if it was me, I'd make you sign a prenup just to be like, you do not get any.
You can't have my comic books.
You don't get any comic books. You don't get any merch. Freaking the Lord.
Oh hell, my Barbie collection alone is.
Oh.
It's a lot. Gotta adopt some grandkids soon to give this shit to.
Oh my god, can you imagine if some guy walks into a lawyer's office? Yeah, I want a divorce. I want her Barbie
And that's how you end up in a hole.
Whoa! And not the good
Mexican desert.
And not the good one, kid.
Yeah, it's gonna be dusty and dry. I don't think that's what you're looking for.
That's what I said. Not the good one.
I wish I had. I still wish I had all my Nintendo stuff though. Like when I went
Yes.
off to college, I actually sold a lot of my Nintendo stuff,
Yeah.
like the magazines, the games. I ended up rebuying like the damn original Nintendo and the
Lilith,
64.
I still kick myself to this day that I sold my original Masters of the Universe and Transformers.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
If I could actually find the original Masters of the Universe stuff, I would pay an arm and a leg. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been having luck finding the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff.
Oh yeah.
But those are like kind of expensive too.
Mm-hmm.
And the comic books, I've totally forgotten about getting the original comic books at this point. So totally just not my wheelhouse right now.
Oh yeah, no.
But yeah, I am so happy for the Mario Brothers like IP. I think we can do a lot with it. I'm looking forward to them doing a lot with it. But most importantly, damn it, I need a Legend of Zelda movie. Or a TV show. I don't care what it is.
Is that another franchise you love?
Yeah. Like I said, Nintendo used to be so creative and innovative and made characters that really like spoke to you on a deep level. Like even Pokemon. I mean, it's lasted this long, 30 something years. Their characters speak to people. It really does. It was a time. What a time to be alive when Nintendo was innovative and original. Like, and I think Pokemon probably was the last like thing that was like super original that they did and was able to like really build a rabbit fandom on. I don't like. There's people that like Mario, but like you're not gonna like if they had like Mario Go. No one's gonna be out there. Ooh, gotta collect a Goomba. Whereas Pokemon, there were like literally people. There were like 3-year-olds and there were like 60-year-olds out there playing Pokemon Go, and that just
yeah,
that just really tells you everything you need to know about the Pokemon fandom.
Hell, okay. I'm apologizing in advance, Ray. Where's my Batman go?
DC has not been able to really do anything, unfortunately. Like I said, the video games, like towards the late 2010s, is when it got really good. Like Batman, Telltale Heart, the Arkham Assault games, Gotham Knights, things like that. Like really, and Injustice. I think Injustice is just the creme de la creme. It's the piece de resistance of all of their stuff for sure. On the video game level, like everything that they had worked towards was that, and it was great. And I don't think that they could ever do it again. Just because the management, they're not visionaries. Like there's no visionary. Everybody is just chasing the Marvel thing, and Marvel is crumbling on an infrastructure level because of Disney. Disney's in bad shape. I'm a stockholder, so I should know. Already done the quarterly call, so not happy. So it's like maybe you guys need to carve your own lane, and hopefully Gunn can do that. But he's only a small, very, very small part of a very, very small section of a very, very large multinational corporation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we can get $1 billion, we still haven't had $1 billion movie, and that's been the biggest thing. And I don't think a James Gunn movie will be ever be $1 billion. He's very polarizing.
Again, I mean, DC really got to step up because again, you had movies with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman in it, and you didn't crack $1 billion. So
yeah, that was eye opening. Even though it was terrible, I thought people would show up. But again,
you would think just for the sake of we've never had this before, yeah.
But then they picked aging problematic actors, all 3 of them.
Oh, burn.
I can say that about Gal Gadot because she's part of the Fast and Furious family franchise, so I can say that about Gal Gadot.
And you're a woman.
I mean, it's better than I ever hoped for. I mean, like I said, I always thought that Lucy Lawless would have been perfect, but again, ageism.
Yeah.
And
again, as an old white man, I could say, yeah, why did we pick Ben Affleck? He's probably too old for the role.
Well, they wanted an old Batman, which made no damn sense for the universe.
Older than everyone else in the Justice League?
We wanted to do Frank Miller right off the bat, and it's just like, your mother's a whore, his name is Martha!
Again, you start out young, and then if you want to do your old, your old man Logan, you do that movie,
They could not wait. They just tried to blow their load way too
fast. Whoa! Well, again, look at Batman.
Then, you hire man who hates superhero movies. So,
Look
like,
at,
what were you
well, I
expecting?
mean, look at Batman v Superman. It's like,
Like I said, Frank Miller influence. You got a man who hates superheroes.
yes, you already had the Batman versus Superman fight. You had Doomsday and the
He had
death of
nothing to look
Superman.
forward to.
No, they tried to shove everything into one movie.
Poor Ray Fisher. I know he just looks. So I know he's just looking at Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors, and he's just kicking himself.
Should have went to Marvel, kid.
Should have stayed on Broadway or where the hell they got him from. Or
Oh
had a
my,
better agent. Like when you're dealing with Warner Brothers,
yeah.
they're very much in the long line of it's very personal. It's never just business. They're very personal because all those contracts go back.
Hmm.
Like look at Keanu Reeves. He's been dealing with he doesn't really deal with them anymore, but he dealt with Warner Brothers for 20, 25 years. Almost if you look back, almost everybody has a very, very long history with the studio, right? Whereas Marvel, they just whatever. We'll get a kid off the farm and we'll mold him into whatever. Sign this NDA and sign in to get your script. Here's your tracker.
Oh my god! And then I saw an article. Was it today? Yeah, I think the what's his face who played Crossbones in the like
Oh,
Captain America, Winter Soldier. Now, it's like yeah, he's like it said. Probably because they don't want to work with him anymore, but he said something like, "Oh, he was disappointed with Marvel, so he's like headed over to James Gunn's DC." I can think I'm like, boy, if you're disappointed with the MCU, just wait till you get over to the DC side of things.
look, I not to disparage you Marvel fans, but Phase 5 is not looking good.
I know.
Phase 4 wasn't even good. Like, as far as I'm concerned, Phase 4 was terrible.
I
I
know.
don't care about anybody or anything in these other phases. I'm just going to be real. Even Spider-Man, I don't care about. That's pretty bad. And I love Zendaya.
It's basically just I mean all these brand new
It's
characters,
going to
man.
be Baby Avengers, right? That's
I
it. That's
I
what we're
mean
doing.
I mean you can't drag it out to, the way you kind of did with like Iron Man and the rest of them, but it's like you did the origin movies, then bam, you got the first Avengers, and it's just like you need that first Avengers movie for these next phases already. Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
I'm just nervous for the industry as a whole, the comic book, video, everything. Like, honestly, you know what's crazy? I
Hmm.
was reading a trade magazine, and you want to know the make it or break it for a lot of a lot of the headwind in the industry is Margot Robbie's Barbie movie. Believe it or not, right? And it's a Warner
Hmm.
Brothers show, so we'll see how that goes. But like they're saying that they're hoping that that's going to generate interest in just the toy market and bring the adults back into the economy because, of course, during the pandemic, right? Everybody was kind of on their nostalgia kick because we couldn't go anywhere, so we put our
Exactly.
money elsewhere. And now that we're able to go places and do things, it's kind of died down, and so they're hoping that that kicks the nostalgia back into drive, which opens up that particular niche of the economy again.
I mean, I don't think it's ever going to get the 2020 numbers because again, people were
I
just
think for Barbie, Mattel specifically, it definitely will. They will see a
hmm.
very strong last
Oh, for the
quarter of the
movie,
year.
yeah, they'll see a bump after the movie, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that'll go into that'll take them into 2024. But they have to, and this is the thing: like people that have gotten like with this Mario movie with the buzz. What are you gonna do next, Nintendo? What are we pushing for? I don't think they had an agenda on the table. They were just you can't have a wait and see approach, basically. Which Marvel, I will credit them for in the early phases of their cinematic universe. They didn't have a wait and see approach. It's you're gonna like it and shut the fuck up because you're a nerd and you like these characters. And they didn't look back. It was just full steam ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else can't do that because they don't got Disney money. If it fails, like Thor: The Dark World, right? So it's kind of like that's what I'm saying. The industry is really in a precarious situation. I hope
Yeah.
something changes, and I hope like this gains a lot of traction and it just reinvigorates everybody to take risks. I think is the biggest thing because I'm just so sick of the same old thing. Everything is just so samey. We
Or
got to take
people
risks.
or people just sick of, I mean, not just the video games and stuff, but it's just like just retreading the same franchises over and over. It's like, what are we getting? There's more. Hey, let's keep doing this same brand instead of
Looking at you, Gotham Knights.
original IP.
Look, listen. Arrow was the it defied all logic on how it succeeded for those first two seasons, right?
Yeah.
Green Batman and all, but still defied logic. People just don't take risks like that anymore. So, gotta take a risk. Takes money to make money. If you and nobody's got money anymore, right? We're in a recession. Sorry to break it to you, kids. I know the government won't tell you, but Auntie Lilith will tell you. We're in a recession, babes. Hunker down. Get some saving bonds. I'm kidding. Get a Roth IRA. But
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Like, I just hope that Mario does really good over the weekend and into the next week. And it just everything needs a reinvigoration. Something needs to shake the table, right? Like John Wick is shaking the table, but that's literally just an action movie.
Oh yeah.
Very well put together franchise, but at the end of the day, it's just an action movie. It's not really shaking the table like, say, The Matrix, right?
Yeah, no,
Revolutionary
I
stunts and
well, the way they keep talking, it's like, nothing's beating John Wick. Oh, did you see Shazam's already on digital?
yeah, as it should be.
They're like not even a month after it hit theaters.
It's so disappointing. Like, this is why I don't even want to go to the movies anymore. It's like, if it does bad enough, it'll be in there. I'll be able to watch it from the comfort of my own home. The pandemic really ruined the movie going experience. It was like no more sticky floors, no more crying babies, nobody talking. You can pause it. You don't have to hold your pee. You can eat good food that's not expensive. It really look at AMC theaters. They're still in shambles. They're still in shambles.
I know. I'm waiting for the next
The
one to
before
drop.
times, like, I want to support businesses, but not really money hungry corporations. Not really. I want to support small business. That's why I gave up my Amazon. I gave up my Prime. I did.
I know, that was a big step for you. First step is admitting you have a problem.
And Amazon is the world's biggest problem. It's either that or Musk. I'm not sure which yet.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Noel.
Yeah.
No. If you see this, put in the chat who's the bigger threat, Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos.
Oh.
Debate of the week. Eat the rich. Debate of the week. On that note.
All right. So we should give them the homework for next episode.
Oh yeah, throw in your get nasty with it. We're talking worst comic books.
Oh yes, the near and dear to our hearts comic books. Yes, we're going to be talking the worst comics of all time. We're going to have a big old list.
Well, I got 13 because lucky 13.
I'm still working on my list, but I can probably get there.
But Phil can do 25. He can do 30. I don't care.
Wow. No, I'll try to keep it around the same as you.
I can do 20. I can stretch out to 20 for sure. But
whoa! I didn't know how long you wanted the episode to be.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I kept it to 13.
We need room to bitch about stuff.
Oh, obviously. I'm sure a Snuggie rant will come up.
Ah, yes! A good old comics Snuggie rant.
I promise it won't be about Bendis or Isabella.
Aw.
Might be about Zeb Wells.
Oh.
Maybe. A lot of people pissed me off this week, so we'll see.
Or all of the above. All right, kids. So yes, send us your thoughts on all things Super Mario, your least favorite comics, and your Snuggie rants. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find everything, Capes and Lunatics episodes, merch, social media, Patreon. It's all at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. And let me correct myself. You can still send emails to Capes and Lunatics email. But again, Salty and Petty, we have our own email. saltyandpetty69@gmail.com.
It's much more fun to write.
Hey, that's right, kids. So either do the 6 or do the 9.
Or do them both if you so frisky.
Do the 9.
Take turns.
Either do the 6 or do the 9. The only sack I want to be hit in the face
Heads
with.
or tails?
Whoa!
Our whole family can suck it.
All right, Lilith Hellfire, where can people get a hold of you?
If you want to fan out about Nintendo stuff with me, feel free to find me on TikTok while it's still available on the iOS and Android stores in America. That's at Lilith Hellfire 69. Duh. And be sure to hit that follow button because, of course, my content is for fans and friends only, not for general internet consumption.
She's a big gamer, kids.
I wonder if my wrist is ready for that.
Let me get a ride on your alligator back, bro.
Or Koopa shell.
Let me get a ride on your Yoshi.
Whoa! That sounded dirty.
It's a giant sized man thing.
Time to hatch a dinosaur, baby.
The big finish.
Jazz hands.
Going down those warp zones.
I'm going to the hole on principle.
You know, I think that's playing so much Mario Brothers really made me think quicksand was going to be a bigger deal.
I thought you were
than it was.
going to talk about cleaning pipes. Hey-oh.
Hell. Oh, that Princess Peach? She's a whore and her mother's a whore.
Your Princess Peach can suck it.
Justice for Princess Pauline.
That's right, kids. Remember, send us your least favorite comics of all time.
Oh, if we ever go to a con, we should do Mario and Luigi cosplay for sure.
Oh, nice.
You know you got to be Mario, though.
Okay, short one.